Hi, I'm Mark, and this is my journey through tarot. Come on. So, what I'm going to do today is I've had a request, which I love. As you may recall, I've renamed the channel Tarot by Request, Mark's Journey. Gloria D70 has asked for a similar reading to what I just did on Harry and Meghan for Kate and William. So there's a few questions. I've taken her questions and I've distilled them down a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. So if you're interested in I put William and Kate. That's what this video will be about, and I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please do like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And thank you very much for watching. Well, here we go. So we're going to use the Touchstone Tarot today, and what's interesting is, at the end of my videos, I always tell you a little something about the cards I've used, and I had those pre-recorded from years as I've accumulated some of these 60 decks of cards that you see behind me on the shelves. But I lost those in a computer cleanup recently, so I have to record them over again. So the reason I'm telling you this is if you wait till the end of the video, I'll tell you more about these cool cards from Cat Black, an Australian artist. But anyway, back to Gloria. Thanks, Gloria, for asking the questions. We're going to talk about William and Kate. There's a card in here that is special. It's called the Happy Squirrel card, and I'm not going to include it in this reading, but I want to set it aside because I'm going to include it in the little talk about the cards at the end. So if you haven't seen it, that's the Happy Squirrel. You see the little squirrel right there. Not part of the regular Rider-Waite system, so it's not going to lose anything for this reading by not having it in there. Gloria, thank you very, very much for asking to do this reading. My new format is if someone doesn't ask for a reading, then there won't be a reading. And maybe that's fine. Anyway, so Gloria, we're going to find out what's going on with William and Catherine. Are they sick? Have they come to some kind of agreement? Is the marriage okay? Is there any scandal for William coming up? Just a lot of questions like that. But before we do any of those questions, let's have just a moment, of course, for meditation. Here we go. So, William and Kate, first off the bat for 2025, as a couple, how are things going to go for them in 2025? Just as a couple, how are things going to go for them? I don't know. I don't want to say as a royal couple. I'm more interested in how things are going to go for them personally in 2025. As a couple, let's do 4 cards. Four cards for William and Catherine, 2025. Situation for them coming up as a couple. Okay, so the first one out of the thing is the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is a theft and betrayal. Swords are truth, justice, rules, and law. And the first card that comes up for their 2025 is theft and betrayal. Theft and betrayal. Betrayal. We know that there's an element of betrayal in the family regarding the Sussexes. But that's the first card up, so that has some significance in their 2025. The next card for William and Catherine together is the Five of Wands. Wow. So the Five of Wands is interesting. Wands are actions, plans, forward movement, and the Five of Wands is talking to us about pointless arguing. So this is very good because the betrayal that's represented in the Seven of Swords is followed immediately by pointless arguing. So this is kind of telling me, let's put this aside. It's just not productive. The next card up here is the Tower card. Okay, so this is a disaster. This is an end of a cycle. This is something that's making people unhappy. We have a man and a woman crying as they watch the tower fall. The crown on top is falling down. I wonder if this is going to be the year that we change monarchs. And then the last card here is the Ace of Coins. This is the Ace, very important, coins, value. And so this is the card that's telling us is that there is a huge amount of value left. So this is William coming to, I think it's William coming to the throne. I don't know what's going to happen, but these cards could be interpreted that way. Betrayal, pointless arguing. So this is saying, you know, this isn't useful. There's more important fish to fry, and we have the answer ready and waiting in this Ace of Coins. So their year together is going to be all about cleaning up past indiscretions and getting prepared for the future, at the very least. Okay, so now let's say individually for William and then for Catherine. 2025 individually for William and for Catherine. 2 cards for William. 1 and 2. 2 cards for William and then 2 cards for Catherine. 2025 for William. How can we sum it up? Judgment. Wow. So this is the Judgment card, Major Arcana, and it's telling, and it's near the end of the Fool's Journey. So yeah, this is there's going to be judgment for them. I think it's going to be judgment for them in how this thing is handled with the Sussexes and whatever's going to happen with the King Charles III. And then the King of Wands, actions, plans, forward movement. William is going to be judged, and it looks like at the very least he's going to be in charge of his actions and plans, which is interesting because he's not. He's at the whim of the monarchy, which is his dad. But this says 2025, these are 2 key points for him. Judgment of him, and he'll be in charge of his plans. Wow. Sounds more and more like 2025 might be the year. Catherine this year. Catherine, 2025. What's the deal for her this year? Catherine, 2025. Also 2 cards. 1, 2. Catherine. What can the cards tell us about her? Okay, Ace of Wands. Yeah. So this is Ace, very strong. Wands, actions, plans, forward movement. Catherine is more in control of her planning, her actions, her forward movement than probably she ever has been at this very moment. The next one up here is the Seven of Cups. Cups are emotion, compassion. The Seven of Cups is kind of illusion and delusion, and everything may not seem. May not be as it seems with Catherine this year. Wow. So she's going to be dealing with presenting, this woman is presenting us with this illusion and delusion. That's what Catherine's going to be doing. But she is going to be somehow the ace of her movements. Coming into power. Very interesting. 2025. No bad things for Catherine in that regard. Now, are they both well? Gloria wants to know if they're both well. They don't seem to look well physically, and the energy between them seems not great, is what Gloria is getting at. Same thing that someone said about the Sussexes, by the way. So are they well? And let's see how this is going. Let's do 4 cards. William and Kate. Well, William and Kate. I will. This will be William. This will be Kate. William. 4 of Swords. This person is relaxing after battle, And this card, the Four of Swords, Truth, Justice, Rules, and Law. The Four of Swords tells us that this person can get up carefully. They have a sword for protection right with them, but as they rise, they really have to be careful about what is truth, justice, rules, and I don't know whether he's holding law with him, but for their elevation. The next thing for William, as far as his physicality, is the devil, lesser intention. So, you know, I've wondered about this because what's up with him growing a beard all of a sudden? What is it that he's trying to portray? Is that the real him he wants to portray to us, or is he trying to portray something to us to tell us that that is the real him, when maybe in fact it isn't? So, Four Swords, be careful, and dealing with the devil, lesser intention, maybe trying to manipulate his image. Catherine, the Hermit. Well, it couldn't be a more perfect card for Catherine for right now. And this speaks to the physicality of them too. So I think that he specifically is staying fit. Catherine is staying away. She's the Hermit. So what this means is she's being careful about her moves, where she puts her foot next, and that her looking to Gloria as if she's frail could in fact be that she's less exercised than she used to be, and maybe less toned. The next one for Catherine here is the Five of Wands, pointless arguing. Actions, plans, forward movement. That's what we're talking about with wands. And so for her, yeah, she doesn't have the energy for this pointless arguing, and she has to really pay attention to her movements and how she moves forward. So two very different results for the two of them as far as are they well. William, I think, is certainly well physically, mentally, and I don't mean he's nuts, but just trying to get his head around what's going on in his life right now, and maybe some more personal feelings. And Catherine is just understanding that, listen, what's pointless, some stuff doesn't need to be worried about, it doesn't matter, and she needs to be cautious with herself, and that may be why she's looking the way she looks to some people. Now, will Kate return full-time, or is she being sidelined, or is it her choice to do less? Is Catherine going to return to full-time, or is she being sidelined, or is it her choice to do less? So that's a lot to get out. Let's do, I'm going to do 3 cards with maybe another one if it's not clear, because there's kind of 3 questions here. Will she return full-time? Is she being sidelined, or is it her choice to do less? So 3 cards, 1, 2, and right over here, 3, and maybe another one if we need it. So Kate, full-time, sideline, or is it her choice? First card up is the King of Wands. Well, it's her choice what she's doing. Wands are actions, plans, forward movement. She is the king of her actions. So this is the last part of that question. Is it her choice to do less? I'll put it right here at the end of the read. Next card is the Four of Swords. Again, being careful. Will she return to full-time, or is she being sidelined? Okay, this could be for either one. It's about being cautious about what you're going to do. So we'll leave it here for now. It may move up. And then the last one here is the Fool card, a new journey. Is she going to return to full-time, or is she being sidelined? I think this is how this works. So the first part of that question, will she return to full-time? Look, this is a new journey for her. Full-time now isn't what full-time was before. That could mean a couple of things. It could mean it's going to be more than she was doing before, or it could be more selective about what she's doing, because it looks like she's going to be more in charge of how her time is spent, as she's realized now how precious our time is on this planet. The Four of Swords, being cautious about your movements. Yeah, so is she being sidelined? I think maybe she's sidelining herself a little bit. She knows what's coming in the future. She's going to have to be right behind William every step of the way for the rest of her life. And then King of Wands, that she's going to be more in charge, if not completely in charge, of what she does and doesn't do. Interesting. Now, is their marriage okay, or have they come to some sort of a working agreement. So William and Catherine, how's their marriage? Is it okay? Or have they come to some sort of an agreement as to how this is going to pan out? You know, to be sick with cancer is a time when you really reflect how you're spending your time, I can imagine. So, is their marriage okay? One card. 7 of coins. Coins are value, and the 7 of coins represents someone wondering, have I done enough? We can see here that this person is trying to nurture what's growing in this little pot. This could be their 3 children, the 3 little blooms here. So this woman is trying to nurture her family and worried if it's enough. Is their marriage okay? She isn't as concerned about the marriage as she is about the kids. But you know, the kids know what's going on in the marriage, and I think she's smart enough to know that. So, so that's part of that question. Working agreement. Is there a working agreement? This is the 5 of Cups. Oh, so 5 of Cups is kind of having to acknowledge that you've lost something, but there's something more to go on. This, for me, is separating the kids and William and Catherine. She has to prepare these children for what's coming in their future, and her and William have to remain the 2 full cups to get them through that. She's a mother. So the question is their marriage okay? Did they come to a working agreement? I think she has come to a working agreement, and that's what's going on here. Any scandal for William having to do with Harry's court case, or with supposedly someone says that William has been accused somehow of perhaps having affairs. So any scandal for William having to do with Harry or his court case, or William's alleged affairs? Sounds like 2 questions to me. Any scandal for William having to do with Harry? 2 cards. 1, 2. This is for Harry. Scandal for William regarding Harry. 7 of coins. Again, wondering if you've done enough. I love it when the cards repeat. That kind of tells me that the cards know how I'm going to read a card, so they bring it back because they understand the definition I'm probably going to apply to it. So again, it's has enough been done? William, Harry, scandal. Has enough been done in William's side of this read? And then the 6 of coins is doling out the value in an appropriate way. Any scandal for William regarding Harry? I think it's a consideration. Has he done enough to gather the value or grow the value, and then doling it out appropriately? He very much sees himself as completely in control of that relationship with Harry, and probably he likes it that way. I believe he spent a good deal of his youth trying to help manage his mother's problems in her marriage. Now, let's talk about William and alleged affairs. Again, I'm just going to use 2 cards. So William and alleged affairs. Is there any truth to that? Going to cause a scandal. 2 cards. I feel like I need 3, but I'm going to wait to draw the last one if I need it. William and affairs. Page of Cups. Cups are heartfelt situations. There's a little surprise. See that fish inside that cup? See how sly and guarded this person looks? But holding onto that cup, actually with 2 hands, there's a little something there. In the Hermit, and it's going to have to go into hiding. I don't think, let's do 1 more card, right down the middle here. 5 of Cups, the kids, and the family. Okay, so there might be a little something there. He's got to be very cautious with it, maybe even put it away, because just like it goes back to Catherine, they have to prepare those kids, and he has to prepare himself and her for the responsibilities right here. So that's what I think the cards are telling us about William and Kate. Hey, I'm going to show you the cards now. Hang on a minute. So So what we're going to do now is talk about this card, this deck of cards, Touchstone Tarot by Kat Black. Kat Black is an Australian artist, and well, let's start from the beginning. I like to look at the box when I get some cards, and do I feel like they give me just a cheap box, or is it a nice box? I always want to think, if I got a gift in this box, would I think, oh, this is going to be a good gift? Yes, I would. This is a nice, good quality box that you might receive a nice perfume in, for instance. Now, the guidebook, the Touchstone Tarot by Kat Black, this is a really good guidebook. This will be, I think, the second deck of cards that she's made. And, so in here is very good. It talks to a little bit about her, who she is, and why she did these cards. It gives some very good divinations for the cards. But what's really important is you've got to remember, these cards are made of a compilation of Baroque art masterpiece, a collage. Each card is a collage of several Baroque masterpiece paintings, and there could be 5 or more paintings in there. So in the back of this talks about the actual art on each card. For this Page of Swords, look at how many pieces of art were included to make that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different pieces of art. Snippets were taken out of that to make that one card, the Page of Swords. So it's an interesting book. It's good to read it through if you have these cards. It'll give you some extra meaning. Now, the other thing that's cool about these cards is there's an extra card in the pack, and it's called Happy Squirrel, which I wouldn't imagine I'd want a card that says Happy Squirrel, but here it is. So this is the Happy Squirrel card. So this would be the 79th card in the 78 card set. Actually, there's 80 cards in the set. One is a card, it's called an author's card, which I've peeled off and I've misplaced it actually, but it's not a card used in readings. It just tells you some information the author would want you to know, light information. It's certainly, there's a lot covered in the Touchstone Tarot booklet. But anyway, Happy Squirrel is telling you, the squirrel is looking into a crystal ball. We've got a couple of folks here kind of looking on pointlessly, and it's telling you, look, don't take yourself so seriously. Happy Squirrel. Everything's not as dire or as important or as this very minute as you might think it is. So if you get the Happy Squirrel card, if you leave it in the deck and you deal it out, that's how you would interpret this, as in lighten up. The rest of the cards, however, are beautiful. So the thing I like about them, first of all, is that they're a good weight. They're a little big for your hands, but not really too big. And they've got an amazing finish on the front and back. This actually, you can feel the texture of these little foil-like embellishments. The cards have a beautiful gold finish. And in here, I mean, look how beautiful the card. And you can feel, I love when the cards feel important. So Kat Black has taken the time to make sure these cards are special, okay? They're rich, they're important, they mean something. And I like to lay the cards out like this, as I often tell you, so that you can get an idea of what the cards look like if you don't look at a lot of cards. And so this is the deck. This is a good idea to use this if you're working with someone and you'd like to get their energy into the cards. It does a couple things. If you feel like there's energy to be gotten in the cards, then that accomplishes that. Or if you want that person to feel a little more involved in the reading, if that seems to be a useful measure for you, then it's great to have them spread the cards around, and then either you collect them up or they collect them up, and then you proceed with the reading. So anyway, this is the Touchstone Tarot by Kat Black. These are fantastic cards. I love using them, and you probably will too.